leading to a public right-of-way. The applicant is requesting hardship relief from the LDRs to permit the construction of the 6-foot tall fence on the side property line and at the side property line. As such, it requires a BOA approval. It is important to note that at present, a shorter existing fence, metal picket fence, exists along the same portion of the property line that is being discussed today. With regards to background on the project, the applicant manages and owns a recording studio business operated on the subject property, and it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and can have up to 15 employees. The applicant's letter of intent provides that the facility has served several high-profile clientele over the last years, and that as of late, several security and privacy issues have arisen that as it relates to his high-profile clientele has disrupted his business. Due to the property's prominent location along West Dixie Highway, the location and the configuration of the building fuels the applicant's client's concerns for safety and privacy. Staff found no open code violations on the subject property. With regards to the surrounding area, the parcel is 14,559 square feet within the C1 designation. It is surrounded by parcels that are also within the C1 designation. To the north, south, and east are all properties that have office buildings on them. To the north, the office building is vacant. To the west is a non-conforming single-family house, but is still within the C1 designation. With regards to the property itself, it's a single-story office building totaling 4,073 square feet, construction in 1958, and it is located on an irregularly shaped lot, as you could see in the image. The next slide depicts the proposed conceptual plan. It's important to note that this is not exactly what's going to be built. This is the applicant's concept for what he wants in terms of privacy, 6 foot, solid opaque, along the property line. The final design will be refined during the building permit process to comply with all relevant portions of the code. Now towards the analysis. Articles 3, Division 6, Section 3-606 of the LDR speak to the criteria that the applicant must meet to be considered for variance. Staff has found that the applicant has demonstrated compliance with all 6 of the criteria. As they're listed on the screen, all items in green, which are in this case all items, are complied with. I can go through them one by one, but we have done many fences, so we're just going to ask the board if you want me to go by them line by line or to go towards the staff recommendation.
Staff recommendation.
All right, and not to weary the board, staff recommends, given that the applicant meets all 6 of the requirements, staff recommends that there is an approval under several conditions. The first condition being that the replacement fence/wall is to be built no closer to the West Dixie Highway intersection than the existing fence, or 39 feet from the west property line to the fence. This is to ensure that the safe turning distance angle with the West Dixie intersection is protected, given it is a unique shape of an intersection. Second is that parabolic mirrors are added to the vehicular openings in the new fence/wall. Third is that the applicant obtain all building permits and necessary licenses prior to any site construction reconfiguration. And lastly, that there are no spikes, spears, exposed sharp projections as part of the fence and/or wall. Such concludes the presentation.
Okay. Thank you. And is the applicant here?
Madam Chair, maybe we can do disclosures.
Disclosure. I have nothing to disclose.
No?
None.
Any disclosure?
I love that.
No.
Good evening, everyone.
Please
Good
state
evening.
your name and address.
Yes, my name is Jack Lewis. My address is 13385 West Dixie Highway, Miami, Florida, 33161.
Okay. Anything you'd like to add to your case?
He stated everything that I wish you guys to be aware of. Really, I've been operating, so I'm a music and film producer for the past 22 years here in Miami, Florida, Haitian American. I've produced the likes of Pitbull, Florida, a lot of the artists that locally we kind of all grew up together. About a good 4.5 years ago, I started operating Audio Vision there, the studio. It's a legendary studio for those guys who don't know. We've had The Albert Brothers were the one that operated that building, and they produced all the legendary artists. Betty Wright, that was her home there. They did the artists such as the Bee Gees, Patti LaBelle. It's a legendary studio in our community that a lot of people that lives here don't even know. So as of 4.5 years ago, I started operating the building there, and my partner Johnny and I, who's sitting there with his children, we decided to take it over as of April. We bought it from the old partners to try to basically continue the legacy of the studio. But what we find that after making that big investment, a lot of the A-listers that I have coming around this facility, like the Kanye West, the Jamie Foxx, and so forth, not to be dropping names, but they having difficulties coming to the facility because of lack of security and privacy. It's wide open. I had a client there about a month ago with their cars. Of course, they come in with their Phantoms in the parking lot. There's no gate. There's no security, and they don't feel safe coming to the area. So therefore, I'm losing a lot of my clientele because of that purpose. So we came in and tried to make a lot of leasehold improvement in the building to modernize it, to try to continue the legacy that the Albert Brothers have started from 40 years ago. The studio been there since 1987. They started. Okay, so we tried to, continue the legacy, but we're finding it hard to do so because we cannot bring the A-listers. They book, and sometimes they might book for 2 weeks and stay for a day and not come back because they just don't feel that they have any kind of privacy and security there, and that's becoming a big problem for us. So we're still making leasehold improvement. We've done a lot of work inside to bring it up, to the today's status, if you will. But everything else is a problem. You got to imagine if you have those kind of people coming into a building, they don't want to be seen by the general public. I've had people come just from the street and just rush in because they see somebody snuck into the building and they want to get an autograph or want to take pictures and so forth. And it's creating an issue for my clients and thus hurting my business. So, a lot. And it's decreased by a large margin. So I'm at the end of my rope at this point. We've been going through this since April. I think the old owners, they tried to see if they could maybe start to fix the gate and try to, but I think they came into some problems again with the city, but we were just in the process of buying it and they wanted to cure that issue, but we already, the sale went through and now I'm held with that problem. So I'm asking for your help here to prayerfully allow us to create some kind of privacy for the clientele, and prayerfully that will be no problem. And also, we've just partnered up with, I'm in the process with the North Miami Library, because I have a kind of a program that, I started about a few years ago called Beyond the Spotlight at youth, risk, kids. And we're now in the process of bringing it to the North Miami Library. Just about 2 weeks ago, they wanted me to probably help them put a small studio there, and probably to run the same program like with the kids, show them how to, mix, master, record, engineer, edit, film, stuff like that, because I do all those things. We teach also in our studio, maybe some after-hour type of stuff like that. So prayerfully we could, and we want the kids also to be safe in our facility. So I'm hoping that this is something that as a cousin problem, you'll find it in your hearts to, help us get that done swiftly.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. I just have one question with what you said in your presentation. So I think your plan is to eventually once completed, is to have security on there as well, 24 hours, so that your clients
even
can
though
come in?
we have a security that sits at the front desk, and walk the perimeter every hour and so forth, because of the lack of privacy, is just a serious problem for my clients. And as soon as they come there, like I said, they may come the first day, and then they, great service and everything, because we pride ourselves in service. But the security and privacy is just no go. It just there's no way around it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'll open public hearing. Is there anyone for or against would like to speak on this matter? Okay, I'll close public hearing. All right. Board discussion.
Question through you, Madam Chair? to
Yes.
So
Miss-
what are you going to do with that building that's currently on the site?
Question again, what am I going to do with
The
with our
studio
previous
itself.
site?
Yeah, I mean, across the street, where you're talking about the lot there, right?
No, the existing fence that's there right now. We just want to make it private. We just want, so there's already a fence and gate all throughout the property.
Right.
But it's a see-through fence and it doesn't, I mean, I don't
And
know
it's
if you
2
saw the
feet.
picture. It's a
Yeah.
4.5, I think, five foot fence.
Right.
And we just want to kind of raise it up a little bit and just enclose it so we could create some form of privacy. But everything's already it's already there.
Okay.
Got it.
I'm prepared to make a motion.
Yes. Go
Yep.
ahead, Ms. Williams.
So I'd like to approve this accepting staff's conditions.
I'll second.
Okay, moved by Ms. Williams, seconded by Mr. McDermott, and, oops. Okay. It's all right. Roll call, please.
Okay. Chairwoman Philippe,
Yes.
Vice Chair McDermott,
Yes.
Board Member Medina,
Yes.
Board Member Pierre-Louis,
Yes.
Board Member Williams.
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes.
Okay, you've been approved, so
Thank you.
we hope. All they have to do is drive in their dark limo, go inside, and no one will ever know.
That's it. Thank you so much, guys. Give us a name. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, any old business?
No, ma'am.
Any new business? Our attorney seemed to have something. No?
No, I just wanted to note at some point the next meeting date.
Oh, our next meeting date. Okay.
Which would be Wednesday, October 19th.
Sounds good.
And
Just come with gifts.
we should probably add this.
It's
to
a few
the
days
agenda,
before my birthday.
right?
Okay.
October 19th.
19th, yeah. Okay. We're good. All right. Motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second? Second. Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Better not be. Let's go.